Hey everybody, welcome back. I don't have much to say because it's highlight time. Let's go. Alright, so it's been about a month since school ended, and it's been really weird because I found that I'm kind of missing the structure of the school day, since I would wake up and go to school, have after school activities, and it was like a full day with everything kind of like planned out beforehand. But now I just wake up and then I have this entire chunk of time, this basically the entire day that I can fill with anything that I want. And it's basically a battle between, should I make a YouTube video or do something that's worth learning about, or should I binge watch Twitch and YouTube at the same time? And which side usually wins? Well, this side. And that's why we're having this discussion now. For the first 3 weeks, I could be found just lying around the house, watching any content that came across my phone, social media, anything. It's not something that I really wanted to do, per se. I just was dragged into it by my the allure of the distraction. And so after these 3 weeks, I was like, whoa, slow down. I kind of started criticizing myself for not doing anything that I wanted to do productively. And so I kind of was in a bad place for a while. But then I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything, I'm just harming myself at this point. And so I decided to brainstorm some ideas to help me get out of this little ditch that I was stuck in. And it reminded me of a book that I had read a year earlier. It's called Make Time, How to Focus on What Matters Every Day by Knapp and Zeratsky. And so that was a pretty influential book, but I really didn't have the time to kind of implement the things that they said until now. And so they came up with this amazing idea called the highlight. And what a highlight essentially is you have one specific thing that you want to accomplish in one day. And if you do it, if you accomplish that thing, if you get it completed, then you're golden for the rest of the day. And it was a weird concept for me at first because I had never come across it. But they said, since you only have one thing, you need to prioritize your values and what you want to get out of your one thing. Of course, there are so many other things that you need to do if you have a job, or moving information around like Gmail and meetings. But aside from that, your day will revolve around this one objective that you want completed. And so choosing the one thing that you want to get done is a critical part. You don't want to have things that are not worthwhile or not impactful, but you want to choose something that, if there's an urgent deadline for a project that you have, you might want to do that for a couple of days. And they recommend a bunch of things to search for your ideal highlight for each day. But I'm just saying that if you have one thing, whether, for example, like it could be anything work related, or you want to spend quality time with your friends, or you could learn something new, like a language, or maybe start a YouTube channel. Basically, something that you've been putting off. So a highlight can be pretty much anything. And I've been using it in conjunction with another method that I find really helpful, and that is, after you get up, before you really do much of anything in the morning, you write 3 things down, one of it which is your highlight. And you choose one of those things, it doesn't have to be your highlight, to do before you go on your phone, check social media, or go on binge watching sprees of refreshable content. So what this helps me to do is get the ball rolling. And like a boulder at the top of a hill just needs one little tap, and then it starts building momentum. So this is like a success streak. And so once you start doing what you need to do, then the rest of the day, it gets easier and easier to do the hard things because you've already done a little difficult thing at the beginning of the day. And an example of this is like, I guess, a streak on Snapchat. If you see the little fire symbol next to your friend's name, you want to see how long you can maintain your streak. And so this is the same concept, but in a more beneficial way. And so that's what I've been doing. But if you are going to try this, which I strongly recommend, both of the techniques, both the highlight and the writing 3 things down in the morning technique, I would be cautious to not beat yourself up about not completing your highlight at the end of the day. As long as you spent an hour of complete focus trying to do as much as you can for your highlight, then you're all good. You can make that your highlight the next day. And if you don't complete it, maybe the next day, and keep going with it. You should be satisfied that you put an hour of complete focus on one area, on this highlight. And so the next day you can tackle it again. It's all about the focus and bringing your attention to the work that you need to do. Yep, so this is the concept of the highlight. Hope you took something away from this and maybe implement it into your own daily routine to put a little more structure in your day. And I'll see you guys later.